Hi, you guys. Okay, Snowfall season 4, episode 9. Okay, we picked up where we left off with Tanase's snake ass, and she's explaining to Franklin how one night she was out with her girls, they was kicking it, and Man Boy came through. He remembered her from high school, and he remembered that Franklin and her used to date, and he came to her in the angle of, oh, me and Franklin business partners. So one thing led to another. Then he asked Tanashe he'll pay her $100,000 to find out Franklin's connect. Tanashe said $100,000. Okay, this is life-changing shit. So she says she slithered her snake ass down to Louis' bar that night. It was on like popcorn until she started dating Franklin and old feelings rekindled, and she remembered why she fell in love with him in the first place. So then she tried to break it off with Man Boy, like, no, I can't do this, and Man Boy got her brother beat up inside jail. Tanashe tells Franklin after her brother was beat up, she had to be back on because she didn't know what else to do. And Franklin said, you should have fucking came to me. I agree with Franklin. Even if that was your feelings walking in, once you know that Franklin is the man, because not to downplay Man Boy, because Man Boy, he could be a Franklin, but he's not, and he clearly. So if Tanashe genuinely had a change of heart, does she feel like Franklin cannot protect her and her brother? Because remember at the bar on New Year's Eve, she told Franklin, you was prep school bound. I would never imagine seeing you on this side of the tracks. Either way it goes, she's a snake to me. Anyway, Franklin pager is burning up. It's Leon. He needs him to come down because at this point he could not control Jerome. Jerome is ready for war and he's going to the barbershop. Franklin and his cane make it down to the projects where they is loading up. They getting ready for war. Franklin is trying to stop Jerome, telling him they know that you're coming. They're going to be ready. You know, we going to get them. Just calm down. Jerome, he cannot see any compromise right now. He's like, look, you've been wrong at every fucking turn. Jerome passes Leon the Uzi. He like, come on, we getting ready to go. So Jerome, Leon, and the whole dang project crew go to load up in the car, and Franklin steps in front of Jerome. He takes his gun out. He puts it on the car. And he put his cane to the side. And he said, I can't let you do this. Jerome done had enough right now. So he gets the fucking Franklin up. Franklin got them damn slippery earls on. And Jerome knocks his ass to the ground. Franklin said, when your wife and your sister asked, what did I do to stop him? Now I can tell them I did everything that I could. When Franklin said that kind of gave Jerome some common sense, and on the fact that he just let off some steam beating Franklin's ass. Not to say that Jerome don't want his bloody revenge. He do, but that gives him like, yeah, you know, Franklin is right. I do have to think about how I'm going to do this. Okay, so it's the very next day. Franklin, Jerome, and Leon, they go back to Tanashe's house with Peaches. Tanashe still looks like yesterday, so that tells me Peaches had her ass sitting in that chair all night. And Tanashe's face is saying, shit got real. And she turns to Jerome and she tells him, you know, I want you to know that Man Boy didn't have anything to do with this. This was solely Khadijah. And I never gave him any information that will put y'all at risk. Honey, Jerome said he don't have time for this shit today. He turned that Uzi around and he said, make the fucking phone call. Tanashe picks up the phone. She dials Man Boy. She said, Franklin want to meet up with you. He like, okay, I know you told me that. And she said, no, now. And he said, what changed? How did you get to do that? Nante tells Man Boy, it was the shooting. Franklin is tied up the killing and everything. He just said, you know, if you want the plug, he'll give it to you. Man Boy asks her, well, damn, I know Jerome is feeling the way about that. And Tanashe said he is, but Jerome also understands that it's business. Tanashe tells Man Boy to go on and meet Franklin down under the bridge by the arches. Okay, let's go over to Irene. Irene unrelentless ass is down at the radio station with Alton. Alton is doing like Black Panthers used to do, looking out for the best for his community. Great, that's one thing. But Alton, by him being a Black Panther, should already know how the government run game, how the government can do things like bringing cocaine into the U.S. and putting them in our neighborhoods. My thing is, if it was not Franklin, it would be someone else. So what are you doing? What are you doing out? Elton being a Black Panther, ex-Black Panther, he should know that he is not bigger than the government. So that's what pisses me off about Elton. You don't snake out your son. If it wasn't your son, Franklin, it would be another guy, somebody else. The crack cocaine would have hit the streets regardless. So it's no need of sneaking your family out. And Irene asked, girl, what the fuck is it going to take? Anyway, the DJ did try to get who was the CIA agent that was undercover. And Irene, she did not tell him. She said that she didn't want to out the government while he's on duty. But that shit ain't gonna work. Irene is a dead woman for now, for sure. Okay, and Teddy, he's listening to the radio station and he is heated. See, if he would have killed him last episode, like I predicted, then he wouldn't be going through this. Why he would give her a check? You know what? He didn't know Irene. I guess that was it for the CIA to pull the plug on Teddy, because it looks like Teddy has been fired from this assignment. He tells Gustavo, look, we'll get your money and you need to make an exit plan and watch your back because they don't care about you. And Gustavo tells Teddy, look, I already know that. Also know about those two Americas that Franklin was telling Teddy about in season 2, I think that was. So that keeps Gustavo on his toes, a step ahead of everyone else. I do think that Teddy is genuine with Gustavo and Franklin to an extent. He told Franklin to trust no one because in the end, everyone will be looking out for themselves. I do think that he was including himself as well. Teddy has been working hard in the name of the government, but let's not forget, he is bringing cocaine into the U.S. and flooding it in the Black community neighborhoods. Also, Teddy is not the only one that's taking loss. Everyone has took a loss. Gustavo, Franklin, and Teddy. Last episode or 2 episodes ago when he was giving Franklin that bullshit about everybody take losses. Honey, Franklin been taking losses since day one. Okay, next up, Man Boy, he goes over to Tanase house and he like, bitch, you lying to me. Man Boy is thinking all of a sudden Franklin wanna, meet up with me. This shit took weeks and you couldn't get it done. Now all of a sudden it's done. He takes his gun out, pointing to Tanase, and he said, so now what I'm gonna do is first I'm gonna kill you and then I'm gonna kill your boyfriend. And Tanase, she whips out her blade and she guts him right in the side. Got him good too. Made his knees buckle. And all of a sudden, here come Franklin and Leon. They come from around the wall and popped his ass. Pop, pop. Now, Man Boy had a crew outside waiting for him. So they in the car like, damn, he must didn't believe her ass because they heard the gunshots go off. And Jerome and Peaches pulled around that car and lit that motherfucker up. Now, on the inside, Franklin tells Man Boy, you always been smart, but not smarter than me. And here goes Man Boy. Now he's talking shit. He tells them, y'all sorry. Each one of y'all weaker than the last. Jerome's nephew's a bitch. Franklin fucking some trick that's taking orders from me. Little Leon, my sister got your homie fat back like a Easter ham and you ain't do shit. Franklin fires 2 holes in his chest and Man Boy is still running his mouth. He says to Franklin, you think that they won't turn on you? Jerome tells Franklin, look, just finish him off. So he said, yeah, Franklin, finish me off. Look me in my eyes. And Franklin just let it off and shot him in the neck and that killed him. Now, I'm glad to see Franklin killing. Yes, Franklin killed, he killed Kevin seasons back and he killed Andre. I don't want Franklin to be going off killing everyone, but I was thinking as soon as he seen Man Boy, he should have blew his motherfucking head back. That's just my opinion. And I was thinking that he was going to get Peaches to do it because he seems like he want Peaches to do all his fucking dirty work. Anyway, he tells Tanan, say, look, what you want to do is you call the police, tell them that it was a robbery. that he pointed a gun to you, you stabbed him, and then he dropped his gun and you shot him and killed him. Tells Tanase, as for the people that's outside, you're a good liar, make some shit up. He tells her that her brother will be protected. I know Tanase got to feel like the dumbest piece of shit, because if she'd have did this in the first place, she wouldn't have to be involved with any of this bullshit right here. Now, even though her brother is protected, she can never say shit to Franklin ever a fucking again. Also, what the fuck is she going to tell the police about them bodies outside in the front? If I was Franklin, I wouldn't even trust that bitch with that cleanup. Okay, over here with Scully and Khadijah. Khadijah tells Scully that Franklin killed Drew. Scully said, that stupid motherfucker. I told him not to try to push on trying to find Franklin's plug. Now, Scully, he had his come to Jesus moment after his daughter was killed. And he's been chilling. Scully haven't even been high. Now, Khadijah, on the other hand, she is still a mama's bear. She want revenge for her baby girl. Khadijah picks up the phone and she called Black Diamond and old girl, and she tells them, look, the bounty has doubled. When she hangs up the phone, Scully tells her, look, you need to take that hate out your heart. And she asks Scully, if that was me that got killed, would you forgive? Franklin goes to the hospital to see Louie, and she looks at him. She asks him, is he okay? And Franklin said, you should see the other guy's face. So Louie asks, who? Jerome? So Jerome then told Louie everything that happened. Jerome tells Franklin, and I told her Khadijah and them is next. Louie asks Franklin, do he have a plan? And Jerome really doesn't want Louie to be worrying herself with this right now. And Louie, being a boss lady, getting things done, she tells Franklin, look, you need to get in touch with Black Diamond and Dallas. Offer them more money and they'll take you right on over to Khadijah. Franklin tells Jerome, that's a good idea. And Jerome said, well, they the reason why she in this motherfucker in the first place. And Franklin said, okay, cool. We use them for now. Convince them that we for real. Get them to bring in Khadijah. And then after that, we do what we got to do. And I was thinking this. They cannot let Dallas and Black Diamond live, because it's always going to be somebody throwing it. How could they ever trust them for real if it's always going to be somebody that can double or triple the price? They're not to be trusted in their asses as well. Sissy comes up to the hospital and she has a conversation with Jerome, and she asks Jerome, so with you and Franklin, I assume that y'all about to get some hospital beds up here next to Louie. And Jerome said, you never really understood this business, right? And why I did what I did. Sissy cuts him off. She said, Jerome, I understand more than I ever did. Yes, to get money, and more so respect. And you feel some kind of promise with that. And this is true. Selling drugs was an opportunity to a lot of people that didn't have opportunities in their community. If they go to a job, it's barely paying minimum wage, and then they work you like a dog, talk to you however they want. And this drug game that gave you more options, for definitely more money. You could be your own boss, move the way you want to. And this is how a lot of people got caught up in this game. Sissy goes on to say, I almost fell into it as well. She's speaking of when Franklin, tried to say that with all this money, I can go legit. Sissy supported it. She tried to get him legit. And in this game, it just cannot happen. You have to take the bad with the good. Tells Jerome, Franklin didn't get into this hustle because he's seen what you have. He's seen what I didn't have. Brought into his dream, thinking that we can all make it out safe. And now I just hope that we all can make it out before it's too late. But she tells Jerome, I'll never tell you what to do ever again. Okay, next, Wanda goes on down to the strip club to see Dallas and Black Diamond. And they like, what the fuck you here for? Don't nobody want to see you strip? Wanda like, no, girl, I'm not here for that. I'm here for another job. Serious money. I know where Leon's at, and I just want a portion of the money. So they not really trusting Wanda, but they went reluctantly. And they said, well, if you fucking with us, that's going to be your ass. Okay, so we got Black Diamond, Wanda and Dallas. They pull up into a parking lot and they like, Leon up in here? And Wanda say, yup, he in that hole right there. All we gotta do is wait till he come out. Dallas asks Wanda, how do you know this? And she said, because I follow him. And Black Diamond said, you don't have a car. And Wanda said, I use my girlfriend's car. Next thing you know, you hear tires screeching and Jerome is at one end and Rennie is at the other one. So they blocked them in. And they like, I knew we shouldn't have trust Wanda ass. Franklin comes out and he's like, look, relax. You know that it wasn't personal with Louie. It was just business. Y'all just was trying to get money. Well, the good news is we have more money than God. Why not roll with the winning team? Black Diamond said, we don't work for men. Franklin said, well, shit, just work with us. Dallas said, yeah, right. You just get what you want and then Jerome gonna kill us because I know he's still mad about Louie. So Franklin said, yeah, he's mad. He understands business. And what we're offering y'all is a home. Y'all got to be tired of running these streets being a free agent. I'm offering you guys full-time employment, stability. And Wanda like, hold up, Leon. How you gonna get him a job and ain't give me a job? And so Leon said, Wanda, what do you think you're doing now? You're working. Jerome got tired of all the bullshit like me. And he said, look, y'all got one chance to come out in the cold. And if you turn this down, you're gonna be on the other side. Now try me. Franklin threw a big ass stack up on the hood of the roof. It was so goddamn thick that it almost put a damn dent in the roof of the car. So they like, fuck it, what you want us to do? Okay, next we got Teddy and Ivy. And Ivy is eating himself a psychedelic mushroom pizza with his crazy ass. And I know he did something with that 15 million. Teddy don't know it yet. He has not, it's too much going on. But Ivy has something to do with that missing money. Ivy is telling Teddy that mushrooms is his favorite psychedelic. And he noticed that Teddy's mood is grim. He said, I don't know what you want me to say. Like I told you before, your ass should have been gone. He tells Ivy, look, I'm going to be around a little while longer. And then after that, you'll be connected with a new contact. Ivy asks Teddy, you going to be in town for a little while longer. What does that mean? Have you learned anything? Trying to clean this up will only hurt you. The job will never be finished. There will always be another war. He goes on to say that, look, if there's other ways to stay connected, you're smart, you have connections, and you seem like you're unemployed. You know what? You should work for me. Ivy goes on to say, look, you brought into the dream, and I know how that is. Now it's time for you to cash on your reality. Teddy said that he would let him know, but I think Teddy has something up his sleeve. And yes, the fuck he do. Because he goes on down to Irene's favorite bar. Now, Irene is supposed to be off the grid. What type of off the grid shit is this? Irene, bitch, this is the first place anyone is going to look for you. Anywho, Teddy approaches Irene and he tells her that after her radio interview, he got fired. So Irene was like, well, that was the point. So Teddy apologized and Irene said, hold up. What are you doing? Are you trying to scare me again? Because it's not going to work. Teddy tells her, look, they let me go. They said things got messy. So they're going to toss me off the ship that I built with my bare hands. And Irene, whatever you think of me, just know I have sacrificed everything for this mission, for their mission. So Irene said, and this is where I agree with Irene. I feel no pity for you. When it comes to Teddy, those are my sentiments exactly. It's because you work for the government and they're giving you clearance to do this, that, and the other. You bringing in drugs to communities. You killing whoever you feel as though coming in between your shit. No, you out of control and I feel no pity for Teddy at all. Teddy says, no, I'm not looking for anything from you. But I do want to know, do you have your tape recorder? Because if they think that they can do this to me, fuck me, no, fuck them. I'm telling you everything. But he said, look, I'm going to need a drink first. Do you want another one? Of course, Irene wants another one. And that's where she fucked up because she shouldn't have never trusted Teddy to get her a drink. Are you crazy? This man just drugged you the night before. Teddy goes to the bar, order the drinks, and we do not see Teddy put anything in Irene's drink. Okay, next, Khadijah get a call from Black Diamond in Dallas telling them that she got Leon. And she tells Scully, like, they got Leon, what's up? Scully is just stuck. He's looking like, Khadijah like, fuck that shit. Look, if you ain't with me with this, we don't got shit else to talk about. And she grab her gun and she walks out the door. Khadijah links up with the girls and she goes in the house and she sees Leon there. She thinks shit is about to be on and popping. They pointed the gun at her and she like, oh, are you for real? Whatever they paying you, I will triple it. So then Franklin walked out and said, triple shit? That ain't even gonna come close. Khadijah says to Leon, first my daughter, now me. Leon says to Khadijah, I just want to apologize. And I thought that this moment would be Khadijah come to Jesus moment where she realized that she played a part as well in her daughter getting killed. Khadijah knew that Scully and Manboy was at war and all of this shit. She knew all of that when she hopped up in that car with all them fools. And I call them fools because they knew that baby was in the car. Leon didn't. He didn't see the baby. Y'all knew the baby was in the car, pulled up, and still started busting. So they was some fools. Right along with Khadijah. Khadijah tells Leon, no, you can't turn back the hands of time. And now I'm going to haunt your ass for the rest of your life. Leon says to Khadijah, look, I'm trying to give you a out here. And Khadijah said, fuck you, nigga. Like, why do I have to be the bigger person? And in that moment, I do understand. You cannot tell a mother, like, look, I'm trying to give you a out here. A out. Really, it's nothing that Leon could say. We all know that Leon did not mean that. That he is being genuine. But Khadijah not trying to hear that. She said, why do I have to turn the other cheek? And Jerome just gets tired. He is tired of all the bullshit this day. And he pops Khadijah ass right in the back, killing her ass. And Leon is having a moment. He like, damn, Jerome, you ain't had to do that. Why you do that, Jerome? Leon is just feeling guilty, thinking that he feels, damn, if I didn't make a mistake and kill that little girl, she wouldn't even have to die today. Leon, don't feel too bad because Khadijah been running around here like a wild banshee, stabbing people, getting innocent people killed. She been wilding. Franklin calling Leon, and Leon is just broke down. So Franklin keep on saying, Leon, let's go. Let's go, Leon. Just to get Leon to come back to reality. Come on back, Leon. Also, did y'all notice Jerome? Jerome is looking like, what the fuck am I turning into? And Jerome shouldn't feel too bad because they dragged him in this. He was like Sissy, he didn't want to be this far in the game. But all the shit keep coming to him and his family. And because of all this shit that Khadijah concocted together, now his baby in hospital, oh hell no. Jerome does not care anymore. He gives no fucks. Okay, back over at the bar, Irene is wobbling out the damn bar. I don't know why at that point she didn't go back in the bar and call her ex-husband. Cuddy is trying to help her to the car, and she's like, no, get off me. Doing all this stuff doesn't make you a good person. Cuddy said, okay, I know. Well, if you need anything more, you know where to find me. Cuddy gets in his car and he pulls off. Irene gets in her car and she's driving down the street. Her eyes gets heavy and she just closes them and runs right into a pole. Smack. And of course, Teddy is following her. He goes up to her. Irene is not dead at this moment, and he finished her off. He covers her mouth and smothers her until she's dead. And he takes the tape that he recorded at the bar out of Irene's tape recorder, which I knew that he was going to do this. Irene done got her ass killed. Okay, back up at the hospital, Irene was sitting with Louie, and motherfucking Alton had a nerve to bring his ass up to the hospital. Sissy says to Alton, I thought you was going to take your top-notch passports and go to Cuba. And he tells Sissy, look, that was for us. So since you're not going, I can't go either. And I just had to come and check up on you. So Sissy tells Alton, look, Alton, I am tired. And she genuinely is. Like, her emotions just broke down and she winds up hugging Alton. All of a sudden you hear, what are you doing? And it's Franklin. Oh shit. Elton said, I was coming to check up on your mother. And Franklin said, nigga, that ain't your job anymore. And Elton bitch ass just leaves. Now, don't get me wrong. I think Elton is a snake. However, sissy, you want to guard about that man. Should nobody, not even your child, tell you what you should or shouldn't be doing with your husband. Even sissy was looking like, nigga, are you my goddamn daddy? Moving on. Later on that day, sissy and Franklin is sitting in the waiting room, and a news report comes on talking about Irene's deadly car accident, and it looks like it was a case of drinking and driving. And we all know that Irene has a history of drinking. He had to kill her off that way just to make it look like it's something that normally would happen, not something that's outside of the normal, in order to cover the government's tracks. Sissy is too through. She is looking at Franklin like, you know goddamn well. And walks Teddy. Teddy goes up to Franklin and Franklin said, well, we just heard about Irene. Teddy said, yeah, don't drink and drive. And he said, I didn't come here to talk about Irene. I came here to see, what are you going to do about your father? Dun, 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 dun. And lastly, what do y'all think that Scully is going to do about Khadijah? Because when he went to go see Khadijah at the morgue, he was at peace, it seems like. But I don't think that Scully can coexist with Leon and Franklin. I just don't see it. Do you think that they're showing us that he's calm right now just to say, oh, Scully isn't going to do anything, and then next episode he be acting like a goddamn fool? I personally don't see Scully staying calm, but that's where the story ends, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.